Man, it feels good to be back up in Colorado. It's nice and cool up here. You can see there's snow all the way around, which is really awesome. Only thing is I'm having a hard time catching my breath. I'm not used to these altitudes since I've been hanging around 7,000 feet, so gotta get used to this, but definitely glad to be here. We're gonna go hit the water, see what we can get this afternoon. Alright, I crawled out here on my belly across this marsh right here, and we're parked right at the spot to where there are some fish right out here. So I'm gonna do first cast of the season, see if we can't hit solid gold right out of the gate. We're ready to rock and roll. I see him down there making waves, so I'm wondering if we can get something to hit. Come over here, sweet girl. Come here. Come with me. Well, come here. What you got, pumpkin? No, boy, I know. Just gotta slow down, slow down. There's a bunch of rocks. All right, let's get going. That's the best fisherman in the valley right there. All right, it's morning time here at the lake. The sun's starting to come up just a little bit. Ugh. Here, Pumpkin, did you sleep okay? Did you sleep okay, Pumpkin? It was cold last night, wasn't it? It's just chilly. Alright, so here's how the truck topper looks in the morning. It's kind of disaster zone. Got my battery over there in the corner, and I use that to charge up stuff in here, like my GoPro I got this morning. It was dead. Also my computer. But the battery, the EB150 that's behind my back seat, that's what powers the electric heater here. So that is a big draw. It pulls, like, I think continuously it pulls like about 250 watts, and so that's a lot of power that's pulling continuously. But the battery in the back can handle it just fine, and this battery up front, or this battery that I have here in the topper with me, can handle it too. So it's kind of nice to have both that power. But just doing some coffee this morning, doing the 4 Sigmatic lion's mane, and it's the dark roast one. Tastes pretty good. And then we're gonna wait for the sun to hit the camp here, and then we're gonna get out and we're gonna start fishing. So this morning the fishing is supposed to be really good. I noticed there's a little bit of wind already, but I'm hoping that kind of dies down, because that's kind of the par for the course up here in the high country. Typically in the morning, like real early morning, there'll be a little bit of rain or a little bit of wind, and then after that it'll die out. So I'm hoping it's got a nice clear morning, because the barometric pressure is supposed to be like ideal for trout fishing. All right, so that was kind of cool. Where we're at here, the Continental Divide Trail comes to this area, and there were some people this morning that came by, and one of the dudes was like, "Oh, I follow your channel, I follow all your winter stuff," because Sierra came running up, and I was like, Sierra, no," and he's like, "Wait a minute, Sierra." He's like, "You got that truck? Is that your Brian?" So that was kind of cool, and chatted with them a little bit. They're on their way to Canada, you know, on the trail, and this morning here, it's pretty nice. It's just, I forgot, I don't know where I put my socks, and my feet are freezing, so we came in here to the topper to eat breakfast. But then we're going to jam here shortly. We're going to go down to the lake and probably spend pretty much all morning fishing. And then by noon, we'll probably bug out and go to my friends Ricky and Katie, go to their place. And then tomorrow, we're probably going to try to hit this one really great lake. It's a little bit of a hike, though, and excuse me, yesterday when I was walking over the lake here, I got really winded pretty easy, and it's just been dealing with all this health stuff. And so unfortunately, if that is the way I'm feeling tomorrow, we may not do the hike. We may just either go on a cool 4x4 somewhere, or maybe even fish Rick's place, because he's got some really good fish on his property. But we'll see how it works out. So anyway, we're gonna jam with this breakfast, and we're gonna go up and start fishing. By the way, check it out. I haven't made breakfast burritos in a long time, but it's still working out pretty good. Look how tasty that looks. All right, time to get our day started. Wanna go hiking? You wanna go fishing and hiking and go walking around the lake? Let's go, come on. Let's get going. Come here. Come here. Come here, baby girl. All right, I want to get the breakfast stuff all cleaned up. We do have some pretty smelly stuff with the bacon grease, and so I want to dig a cat hole and bury that gray water 6 to 8 inches deep, so we don't attract any bears or anything like that. All the wind has died down, so it's going to be real nice fishing conditions. And then once I'm done with this, pack this stuff up real quick, not all the way, just a little bit, just so I can button it up. Then we're going to go to the lake and jam for the day. All right, baby girl, you ready to get rolling? So last night when I was walking up here, I was like, oh, look, the CDT South sign. And I totally missed the fact that there's a CDT North sign. So this is the trail that they completed, because you used to have to walk by my truck, but instead the Youth Corps of America came out here. I met some of them last year when I was out here fishing, and they're making this trail, and it goes back this way instead of having to follow the old Jeep trail, which turns into the 4x4 trail, because that's not the best experience. Oh, Sierra's out chasing marmots. That's not the best experience for somebody who's hiking. To have to hike along a 4x4 trail, especially when it's busy in the summer, and you can only hike the CDT in the summer, the Continental Divide Trail, and so you always are kind of hit with dust and noise and stuff like that, and that's not a true like through hike experience, I don't think. And so that's why they're going through and connecting the spots. And you know, the Continental Divide Trail, I can't remember how many miles of trail there is in Colorado. I think it's 60 or 80 that's not done yet, so they have to go on like roads or, you know, 4x4 trails or something like that. So anyway, it's cool to see that get done. Still holding some snow. Here it is, what, June, is it 14th or 15th, or maybe it's the 13th, but still lots of snow. I like how there's always shade over here until probably about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's about 8:30 right now, so it's kind of fun to start your morning by fly fishing in the shade. But this is actually, we're on the Continental Divide Trail right now, and if you go up over the pass over there where the trail goes up over, there's some pretty fun streams over there to fly fish. So maybe we'll go hit that later this year, because that's it's a nice location, and the 4x4 to get to there is long and kind of hard and narrow. All right, so we're gonna go right over there to the lower side of the stream, that far section, and the wind will be at our back.
and so we should be in good shape throwing these Tenkara flies. We don't have a whole lot of range, you know, because with the Tenkara it's a fixed line, but if you are kind of stealth about it, the fish won't notice you. And what's kind of nice too is there's a little bit of wind on the water, so there's a little bit of a ripple on the surface, so they won't totally be able to see me as if the water, you know, is perfectly still. So that's to our advantage. So it was cold enough up here last night to where it froze. You see there's ice. Not very thick, but it was there. All right, I'm seeing some activity just out here. It's out a little bit further than I thought, so they're just in a little bit deeper water at the moment. But I'm gonna put the chest cam on because I've got the GoPro mount for that, and we'll go out and see if we can't get some of these trout. If we can get some of these cutthroats, they are beautiful in color. So we're gonna try our best this morning. And we got some dogs coming up. So Sierra came over here. One of them looks like a German Shepherd, and unfortunately German Shepherds just always go after Sierra. Those German Shepherds were the ones that tore into her neck a couple of years ago up by Flag. So she was a little spooked and came in the water and thought I'd come over here with her. Pumpkin, it's gonna be okay, don't worry. That guy has his dog under voice control. They seem like good pooches. So I switched over to a flying black ant. We'll see if this works. I had that other pattern on before, but I think I spooked the fish when I got in the water because I fell a few times and kind of made some racket. So, all right, so I'm wondering if the barometric pressure changed in the forecast, because I'm just not seeing the activity that I should. It said it was going to be really, really good this morning, and I've seen like maybe 3 fish in 2 hours, which is not characteristic of this area when it's good. And so I'm thinking it's probably, I don't know, maybe something happened with the forecast and the fish just aren't as active. So we're gonna try one more spot, and if that doesn't work, then we're gonna go 4-wheel and just kind of make a day of that. It's kind of cool to see all the ice down in this area. What happens is the wind blows it around. So yesterday it was like over in that area, and now it's over here. But look how picturesque this lake is. This place is so beautiful. When the fishing's good, it's incredible. Just right now, I'm just not, I don't know, I guess I'm not in the groove. And I need to refresh my flies. I didn't realize I was getting so low on my flies. A lot of them are pretty beat up looking. So I think it's time to go visit the fly shop real quick. We got kind of skunked on fishing, which, you know, it's gonna happen. Ended up hanging out here and talking to some really cool people. I met a guy named Jimmy, and he was up here with a bunch of his friends. They're from BV, really nice guy that was from Texas, but he's got a place up here, and they're gonna transition to living up here full time. And just kind of hanging out, but I can't find the drone. I can't find my phone that I used as the controller. So because I have a phone, it's not hooked up, but it's just specifically for run the drone. I can't find it, so we're just gonna have to roll down. But the plan now is to go over to my friend Rick's place to see him and his wife Katie and their 2 kids. They got this son Henry. He's the cutest kid on the planet, and then they have a daughter Millie, who just was born over the I think right before Christmas, and so I've not seen her yet. So we're gonna go over, and me and Sierra are gonna go crash there for a couple days. Come on, baby girl. Alright, so here's an old mine. It's been capped over there, so you can't get in, but I want to come over here and check out this old outhouse. Just trying to get ideas for the ranch, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I thought it was cool. I've never come over here to see this close up. I've always just driven by it. It's so cool that it's still standing. It's got a little bit of a gangster lean to the left, but not too bad. Steps are pretty much all falling down, so let's come up here and see how the toilet. Woo! Definitely aged. That's so cool looking though. I love how these old boards weather. If walls could talk. But this obviously was an old mine over here. Maybe the one little cabin. Looks like there's a old stove sitting up over the top over there. Let's go over here and check this out real quick. But yeah, got an old stove right there, and then there's an old boiler that's way over there. It's right there. So, and I wonder if that car was actually here to run, or if it was here to use the engine to power something in here. Because it could have done that. It could have like kind of like rigged up something to where the car would pull a trolley system or something like that to help pull out the ore. So you see stuff like that. One place to check out if you like mining history is the Leadville Mining Museum. That place is incredible. Alright, what you think of Pumpkin? What should we do? Every year I drive by here, and every year it's a little bit more of a gangster lean. The thing is really, really leaning. So one of these days that thing's gonna totally give way. You don't want to be standing right here when that happens.